today's episode of Spice and Nice.
I am in the Spice.
And I'm Denise the Nice. Welcome. And today we're going to talk about an interesting topic. It's called Stop Waiting for a Passion to Save You. Have you ever heard before people always say, oh, you need to look for a passion and after that you can do what you like, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, almost everybody
It tells you the
advise
same
that.
thing, right?
Yeah.
Do you know this thing actually almost ruined me?
Oh,
It
is
almost
it?
ruined me because I
Tell me your story.
Yeah, okay. So apparently, I bought into this idea I must find my passion, my big purpose, my why, etc., etc.,
Mhm.
and then I can start doing something that I like.
Mm.
And why I say it almost ruined me because I am interested in many things,
Mhm.
and I would say the thing that I'm lucky with is I am good at almost all of it. That I, except for the science and the math part, I'm good at almost everything that I wanted to try.
Yep.
But so it became very hard for me to find my passion because I like a lot of different things and I'm good at a lot of different things. And apparently, according to our dear ChatGPT, it says that this way of thinking is exceptionally hard for people who have, I think the word is called multi-purposeful or multi-purpose character types, whether we're talking about MBTI or Enneagrams. So this is MBTI ENFP and Enneagram 7, which means that these are the types of people that are generally interested in many things. They are good at many things. So it's very hard to find one thing and then settle down. Guess what? I am ENFP and I'm also Enneagram type 7. So it's a double together. Okay, that's why this one, it almost ruined me because that I saw so many of my different friends who quickly, especially including my husband, I think when he was already studying, he already knew this is what he liked.
Mm.
From a kid, he already know this is what he liked, this is what he enjoyed, this is what he's going to do.
Oh,
But I
so
like
he enjoyed to be a nerd. Okay.
Yes, and he okay. Do you know his past? Okay, this is a bit of a spin off, but I will tell you how young my husband already knew what he liked. When he was very young, his favorite activity is to take all the broken electronics in the house, like the watch, the TV, the not TV cannot watch, the laptop, whatever that is spoiled in the house that's electronic. The parents will give him, and he will spend hours just take apart to see what's inside. That's his hobby. He loves it. Okay, so from young he already know he's going to go in this line, engineering, things that fit together, right? And I always very envious of people like that because like when am I going to find my passion?
Mm.
When? It looks like it's never, because I love kids, so I taught for quite a while and I love that job and I like being efficient in the office. So service is good for me also. So it's like, what should I do? And then after that, what happened was that I realized that instead of looking for one big passion, all I had to do was look for the small things.
Mm.
Look for small things that energize me. That's all. And I realized that if you follow this, shall we call them breadcrumbs? You know, like Hansel and Gretel,
Yes,
put a
yeah.
little bit. If
Yeah.
you follow little bit, and you try, and then after that, slowly it led me to where I am today.
Mm.
That's how I realized that, oh, even now still, I mean, I have a clearer picture, but I'm not 100% clear
Mm.
because there are still even as a speaker, even as an MC, there are so many different paths you can take, right?
Mm.
So that was why I say it almost ruined me, and I had such a hard time because everybody else around me found their passion. Everybody else like, oh, this is what I'm passionate about. This is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. This is my purpose in life, and I'm just like some insect floating around, jellyfish in the sea like that. Oh,
But a lot of people for the rest of their life, they also don't know what is their passion and their purpose.
yeah, but I wanted to find, and I felt so left behind.
So okay, now the question from audience to Denise is: do you found it yet?
I found my passion is speaking, and my passion is speaking in front of a crowd
Yeah.
and in front of the camera to many people. That is my passion. But then you see, that one is a big picture, right?
Mm.
You can do so many things with that. You can be an MC, you can be a host, you can be a speaker, you can be a YouTuber, you can be a motivational speaker, you can be. There are so many areas where you can stand on stage and speak.
Mm.
But what are you speaking about? Why should people listen to you?
Yeah.
That's my next biggest question. So that's why it led me down the rabbit hole of how can I be better because whatever I say is a reflection of my learning at this point in time.
Mm.
How do I increase my learning for myself so that I can speak better, so that I can say things that is of value,
Mm.
so that I can help people? Because I like to help people. So you see, there's so many things I like. I'm very greedy. I realize that. That's why I say almost ruined. Because my mom also say like when you don't follow your own path, right? People will find a path for you.
Yeah.
So I went to the office. I did the usual office job, etc., etc. I mean, I was good at it, but then after that, I lost. I realized it was not for me because I just like, oh my god, I cannot deal with this shit every day. Oh, this I cannot. And then after that, I went from job to job, and then I left.
So do you consider yourself now is waiting for your passion to save you? Since we have this title today.
No, I think you need to go and okay. So you just how I did it was instead of looking for something big, because everybody think that it has to be so big and like save the world, save the kids, stop world hunger, this kind of big things. Don't have to. I think what I did was I just followed naturally what brought me joy. So for example, something that energizes me a little bit today. Today I helped a friend.
Mm.
It's something small, but it gave me joy and it gave me energy to carry on.
Mm.
Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Today I learned something and I share it with my friend.
Yeah.
Oh, it gives me a bit more energy. So I just follow this slowly, and that's why it has led me to where I am today. And instead of waiting for your passion or your big why, you should go out and do things that interest you. And in the process of doing things that interest you or things that bring you energy, that energizes you and bring you joy, you will be able to find your passion.
Mm.
It's a road of it's a journey of discovery. It's not you sit at home and you think, and then after that suddenly this is my why.
Mm.
If you look at so many others, I think yours included, you didn't know that this was your passion for education and for Vietnamese people,
Yeah.
right? Until you did, and then it's a journey of discovery, and slowly you come to this final destination, final point where you're, oh, this is what actually I'm truly interested in.
Mm.
Right. It's the same. So you though at home think that one is not gonna help. You just go out and do things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Whatever
think
that brings
the
you joy.
calling that we're talking about, I think passion is too complicated to explain, but I think for people who are just want to simplify, well, for my view, when I figured out the passion that I have is, I
Mm.
think it's a calling. The thing that it keep call inside you that you could not explain why it keep
Mm.
calling you to do that
Mm.
again and again and again and again and again, right? It's just, and when you do it, after every time you do it, you're so tired, but at the same time, the
You
next
feel
time
energy.
you want to do it again. You did not feel like you bored of repeated go back there. Even after you do it, it's tired. And I think that's where you know. So same like Denise just say, it's correct. I did not know what is my passion at all. I also have to go through many things. I have to be waitress, I
Mm.
have to work for a restaurant, I work for coffee shop, I work as like like
Mm.
proper job, but like it's not a path that you can think of is sing together for me to be where am I today. But all that skill is useful for me to be where am I today.
Mm.
Right? Without all that skill, for example, I would joke with Yan, right? And I
Mm.
say he was asking me for the last few years we set up travel agency company for him.
Mm.
And I don't know how like naturally it come out from me. Oh, this is how you set up it. You book with this. So what people were looking for tour? How do you book the ticket airline? And he was like, oh, so in the past you run tourist agency because of now you teach back to me. Is it? Or I will burst to laugh because I realized, oh yeah,
It's true.
he don't even know the code of airport. And I
Uh,
scold him. I said, well, you don't the basic thing you don't know. This is how you search for flight. Then I teach him like, for example,
oh,
Singapore is the SGN, right? I
yeah.
will like Da Nang is DAD. That's how you check where the
Yes.
flight go. And he like,
There's a
how
country
do you
code.
know all this?
Yes, correct.
Not country code,
Airport
airport code.
code. Yes.
Then he like, oh, we need to do like that. Then I realized like, oh,
So what's
whatever
basic for you is
is the
not.
basic for me, it's not basic for him
Yes.
because he don't in his world all these things never exist. If not because I'm a travel agency office girl, I will never like know how quick you can do all this like you and you take things for granted. Or like for example, now when I teaching my girl in my company how to grooming, how to wear properly,
Mm.
and then I realized that, yeah, because I've been work for Chanel for 1.5 years, they teach me how
That's
to
where your
groom.
knowledge comes.
My knowledge of how to groom like elegant girl, how to look presentable, how to
Mm.
clean, how to be
Mm.
neat, how to be like a lady,
Mm.
not naturally come. It's just from a job I learned. Or like because I'm a makeup artist, so I go out, I can tell like how do you look good in the camera, for
Mm.
example, right? You may don't look like a princess or the Miss Universe, but at least you look distant enough for people to watch you in the
Mm.
camera, for example, or what distance you shoot, what lighting. So all these basic I know, right? Or like because I work in the waitress and the restaurant before, I hear a lot of business conversation, right? And sometimes you learn from that. And now when you run business, it's click.
Mm.
You never find that job is something that privileged, but the truth is you learn the best when you work in a restaurant. You never know what conversation you hear from the people around there, and you learn from how they're talking. You learn how to deal with them when they're hungry. You know how to deal with them when
When they
they're
drunk.
angry. You know how to deal with them when they're drunk,
Mm.
or like in the weird situation when they sit with their girlfriend and their wife come, for example. It's really you have.
Yeah, I know. I also got before. I tell you, if you want to learn a little bit about all this, right, about human nature, about
Yeah,
business, about people, the best thing to do it is to be a service staff or a
service
sales
staff.
staff.
Yes, correct,
These
correct.
two,
Yeah,
you will see the ugliest.
yeah. You see that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because as a service staff, they don't owe you anything. They don't have to be nice to you. They then you will see their true colors.
yeah,
Yeah, and it's very interesting what you can learn from that. So yes, no, I'm not waiting for passion to sing, but I
yeah,
used to be waiting. I used to be waiting, and I realized that you're right because but I started doing little bit of things. Even when I started doing MC, it was not because my choice, right?
mm.
It was because my company that time they
But you see,
very
universe create
correct.
opportunity for lead you to be there.
And then now I can tell people, yeah, I have hosted because otherwise, when you first started your MC career, how would you have the chance to host a dinner that has 300 people?
Mm.
You don't get that chance. You always
Yes,
start off small. But
correct.
now I can tell people, yeah, I've hosted before 300 people did, and it's not just once,
Mm.
right? Every year I do it, and yeah, I have that experience now, and I know that it's not difficult, but it's not difficult for me.
Yeah,
And I realized, oh, okay. And that time I will complain, right? It's additional time take out and all that because I have to do my hair, my makeup, and all that myself, right? And there was no, I think there was no reimbursement or anything. And then all the dress all that I have to buy or
yeah,
rent because you don't wear those dresses in everyday office wear.
yeah,
It's those kind of actual gown, like long whatever. I'm also not a celebrity. I don't have those kind of dresses, right?
yeah,
So I had to go and source for it, and that's all time spent on my own. And then I was like, oh, why did I do that? Then now I realized, the only reason actually why I joined the company
mm.
is so that I can get started with this.
Yeah,
And I understand because also, yeah, so these are the things, these are the skills that I learned, like the
yeah,
public speaking skills. And then after that, COVID, and I did my Facebook Live.
yeah.
And then slowly I transitioned from a event to online. And then now here lah.
I think you will lead to your passion, but first you need to collect a lot of small skill to support your
Yes,
passion.
they call it like like breadcrumbs, right?
Yeah,
A little bit, and then sometimes and a lot of the times, how often have you looked back and you realize, oh, that was a valuable experience. But
yeah,
at that point when it was happening to you, you were like, why is this shit happening to me?
yeah,
And then after a while, when you grow like 5, 10 years, you're like, oh, that was useful. That was why it happened.
yeah.
Yeah. So if you're going through some shit right now, be grateful. It will come in useful for sure when you grow older.
None of the thing you experience in life will be waste, by the way.
Yes.
It will be valuable for you,
Mm.
depend on. So because I have this question, people ask, how do I run business in Vietnam when I'm living in Singapore, right? But they forget that I'm start my business in Vietnam first before I move to Singapore.
Mm.
So of course I know all about the law, the document, the
Mm.
requirement, the accountant.
Mm.
I have to lead my team, and I cannot tell them, oh, I don't know anything about business. You need to
That
register
sucks.
yourself, right?
Uh,
I have to guide them, and I have to teach them. I have to maintain. I have to take care. It's all that come from when I was 18 years old. That's how young I started. So it would never be waste. It never be waste because now even a stranger come to me and say, "Hey, can you teach me to set up business in Vietnam?" I can help them. The reason is because
You did it.
I'm not like wait for me a second. I go back Vietnam. I learn everything and I come back. So you will never lose the valuable thing you earn
Experience.
experience over years. So all that will contribute to your passion. It
Mm.
will.
And then slowly you will find. So really stop buying into the idea that it's all like big things and then it really matters. Just follow your small joy,
Yeah.
and then along the way you will discover what truly speaks. Even now, like I said, I'm still discovering. So yes, I enjoy being on stage, but as a what? As a games facilitator.
Mm.
As a game facilitator, I enjoy, but I ask myself, is there a market for it?
Mm.
Right? The market is very small. I know. And most of the
You
time,
can do so many things on stage.
yes, that's why sometimes okay, this one I let's go back to school a bit. I didn't know this, but last time in school, do you know I am very good at writing stories because
Mm.
I have very creative mind, right? But my biggest issue is I can write. I take half an hour, close to half an hour, to decide how to start my story
Mm.
because it's the same as my life right now. There are so many different paths I can take, and I can see this is going to do this, this is going to do this, this. So I spend close to every time the test is about what, an hour, half, two
Mm.
hours. She will go there soon also, and then I spend half an hour thinking about the start. So there are a lot of times where I have a great story, but because I spent so much time at the beginning, I don't really have time to finish at the end.
Mm.
But I now looking back, I realize that it's the same sign.
Mm.
I know there are so many things I can do with this story, but what do I want to do with it? And I got stuck just thinking about it. Just choose something and then run with it. And then when when you feel that it's not, it's time for you to move on to something else, then you move on to something else. Right. That's what I would say. So yes, stop waiting for a passion to save you. What is your what do you think is the beginning of your road to this passionate ending? Not ending lah, but
I think it's the calling of. I understand Vietnamese,
Mm,
and I always read news, and the news is always bug me at night, every night.
mm,
It was when I was young. I'm like, why? And I always ask why a lot, like why we have to
mm,
do this and why
mm,
Vietnamese keep escape to the world and
mm,
we do illegal thing in the world and then after that we get punished. They throw us back in our country or some even die. Like
mm,
Cambodia camp right now is a
mm,
big issue where 1 million of Vietnamese is coming back to 97 million Vietnamese in my country. 1% of my population is go there and be a scammer. Can you imagine that? So it's a big number, right? And it bugged me every night because I want to know why.
mm,
Why other country this problem don't have, but my country yes.
mm,
And then I go deep to education, and the more I learn about that, and I start understanding. Right? You grow up because of the question you ask,
mm,
and then I tell myself, you know what? Because education and all the trash thing they're watching online,
mm,
and I'm refused to feed them trash thing.
mm,
But I could not find any good video that I've been watched like in English. In English, you can watch so many. You of course you have trash in English too, but you also have a lot of good thing in English.
mm,
You can watching and you can learn. And I'm keep asking myself like this, like why don't have this kind of channel in my country, right? And that's how I started. That's how I start my channel. That's how I say, okay, any question you want to ask me, just ask. If I know, I will answer.
mm.
And that's how my channel start. So I did not start that with, oh, my passion
Is
is
to save
to,
Vietnamese,
yeah, I'm going
educate the
to be a
youngsters
educate. No, I'm just want to solve one problem that
at a time.
I want to do the
Mm,
video
mm,
to Vietnamese women who
mm,
are like me in the past that
mm,
want to learn proper thing but don't have a platform or don't have
mm,
any channel to learn
mm,
because in the past you don't have internet.
mm,
At the same time, you also don't have anybody to teach you all this.
mm,
That's it. That's how I start. And the more I do it and the more I really enjoy the journey.
mm,
I'm not saying enjoy because I help other people, but I think I'm discover of I'm really good with teaching. right? I did not know that I'm good with teaching, but I good at take complex things to explain to simple. Do you realize that I'm good with that? Yeah. So it's not something that I chosen. You see, like it's a gifted. You get gifted with that. That your brain can take complex thing and book it simple and people can understand. And that's first, of course, is a gifted, but also it practice over years, right? I practice from live stream, I'm practice of teaching in the class, I'm practice of training my team, I'm practice in my Zoom class. It just cumulate to my level now that I'm very good with teaching. I'm very good to learn something complex if my brain able to learn it, and I can learn something very hard for 1 month. So I can teach people in 5 hours. So that's how quick I can take a knowledge that complex to transfer it to a shorter time, right? And of course, if that person interested, they should learn it deep. I'm no doubt about that. But then it get me to the passion of like, oh, education really changed me, and I want it to continue change other too because it's really changed me. You see, but through education, you can't do the content without you have something to feed
Yes.
to the audience, right? You have to keep learning and growing and practice and improve, and then you can share with the audience. If not, what can you share? You have how much to share? It's, you go back to the same boring thing, right?
Really.
You don't have much anymore. So yeah, I think that's how it lead me to my passion. I don't know, this will be my last passion on earth. I don't know, but so far I'm enjoy it because when I was kid, I love to write. Right, I'm very good with writing, and I'm still good with writing. Right, write in Vietnamese, I'm very good. I know how to book thing to writing as well, and that's also helped me a lot in teaching, right? Because you need to take thing from brain to speak it out or write it on paper. Uh, but more than that, I find my brain is not active if you have to teach me complex thing like engineering and all that. I don't think I can wait too long. I go all this event AI, I'm forced myself to learn, but at the same time I have to stood up and walk out for a while, 5-10 minutes, and walk back because it's it's too dead for me. Like my brain go dead, right? But song, for example, he's heaven. Like
Yes.
people who nerd with that, they love it.
Yes.
They there and they sit and they suck all the information. And me is like, okay, I understand.
It's like a candy store for him.
Yeah, I'm like 2% of understand what he's saying. I'm already think I'm very impressed with myself.
Better than 0%.
Yeah, so that's it. Like I can't. So you will know that we're calling you. I think it's calling you, and then because it's calling you, the universe will give you many opportunity to practice more skill
Put together.
to link together to your passion. Yeah.
And there's something else I realized also. If you do something and it comes easily to you, and a lot of people around you tells you that, how can you do that? It's so difficult. Why? Listen to that feedback. It means that this is your gift that other people don't have.
Yeah.
Right? How can you, like, people always ask you, why you can run business so easy? How come?
Yeah.
It's not easy, but you can see it clearly. Does it
Yeah.
make sense?
It's not easy for sure,
Yeah, but you can see
but
clearly.
I cannot explain to you why I love to do
Correct.
it.
You see, so something that feels like play and not pressure.
Correct. I'm enjoying.
So like when I go, like when we on the camera and we talk, we enjoy it.
Yeah.
But a lot of people ask us, hey, how come? How can you do it? You just on the camera, you open your mouth,
Yeah.
right? But a lot of people, it's difficult for them. And if you listen to their feedback, if you are doing something right now and other people are saying, oh, it's so difficult, how to, that is your gift.
Yep.
It's the same when I went up to host, to MC on the stage, and then everybody was like, oh, Denise, you not, because to be frank, I was in a team of sales and service. We have about 20 people at that time. Everybody's good at talking. If you're in sales and service, you're good at talking.
But you are sell
On
and service
stage,
does not mean you're good in stage. It's
correct, but
different.
stage is different. So all of them is good in talking, but they are like, you go on stage, you, because I come in, I look relaxed. I just like do my hair, makeup, like, oh, okay, the time is up. Then this is what I need to say. Okay. The means you very relaxed. And I say, no, it's not scared. It's, I mean, I'm nervous because I'm going on stage, right? I think it is natural to be nervous when you're going up in front of a lot of people. But how nervous are you? Just a little bit is good. For me, it's like excitement more than nervous. I am excited. I'm excited at something that people is scared about, and they're like, "You're so relaxed. You look like you're having fun." I said, "Yeah, I'm having fun." You are having fun on stage? I said, "Yeah." I mean, like, he said, "You're not scared." I said, "What is there to be scared about?" If change the person change name because it's awards, kind of
Mm.
like what you went for awards dinner, but much larger scale. People change the name if the company send a different representative last minute. Just tell me the name. I just read it out. What's the big deal?
Yep.
Yeah, it become like my playground.
It's easy for her, but it's difficult for everybody.
It's easy for you also.
No, it's not easy for me.
Oh, but you train yourself become more used
Yeah.
to it. Okay.
I'm a good salesperson, but I'm not a public speaking
Oh.
person.
After much,
I don't know if you remember first time I'm on stage and now or no.
the first time on stage I never see before. What?
Correct. Yeah, maybe.
Because when I saw you, you were already
Maybe
doing
my first
translation
few
all that.
class.
It's not first
Yeah.
time already.
Correct. Yeah, not first time
Yeah.
already.
So when I went on stage and I felt the
But also
first
how I
time.
go to stage is very
Oh.
different with you.
How did you go?
I mean, like I find my energy when I go there is different with how you do it.
Oh, really?
You do it in the way of very very fun and relaxed.
I am having fun.
Yeah, but for me, I go there is at a job I have to be doing. It's a different. I don't
Yeah, it's
find.
true. For her, it's like, what do I need to say to deliver this message?
That's it.
To
Yeah.
do this teaching,
Correct.
to punch into people that this is what
Correct.
they need to learn.
Correct.
To
I'm not enjoying to go there as oh let's relax and having fun with everybody. I can't. But I'm not even formal, right? It's not formal, but also not. I don't know how to say. Like I've been forced to do with my passion. I know I love teaching, but I'm so introvert that standing in front of people is. I know after these 3 days, I go home it will burn my energy so much. It take me a month to recovering.
Okay.
Now it's less. Now it's a week. But in the past, it take me 1 month to recovering from just one event.
Week? Oh.
Yeah. You see,
Okay.
it take me 1 week.
Then this is the difference. This is after training, right? March training, so it can still be done. But this is I just love it. How I realized is the very first time I went on stage, and I was anxious at the very first time I went because everybody around me feeding the anxiety,
Yeah.
right? And I pick it up. I'm a empath, I guess. So I pick it up. I sort out all the anxiety. Then after that, I'm like, oh no, why this wrong? Because anything can go wrong. And these people that's attending events, they're all like C level, they're managerial level, they're directors. If you get their name wrong, it's a shit day for you and your company because you represent your company, right? So I was so anxious, and then at the moment I went on stage, I was like, "Oh no, this is so fun!
Yeah.
I get you." Okay, so when you do something that is play and not pressure, what happens is that when you go wherever it is and do whatever it is, you will feel like, "Wow!" This is how I feel when I went on stage. I was like, "Oh my god, it's so good! I love it." That was how I felt.
Yeah.
And then everybody else was around me. I was like, oh my god, so what, how can you be so relaxed? And so if you're doing something and around you people are saying that, then yes, you will understand that this is your gift. And even though it is common for you, this is something of value you can bring to the world because it is not common for the world.
Yep.
It's like the IT nerds. They think what they do is so easy and fun. They're having so much fun. And then I'm like, do you know? Okay, I'll tell you something funny. Okay, because my husband is actually is a nerd, right? You see the both of them when you go to the AI, their eyes is like,
Yeah. Yeah.
okay, you can feel the nerd energy. You know what he told me? He said I would rather do coding and work out every day than drink apple cider vinegar. Can you imagine how much the difference is? He's like, yeah, I would rather work out every single day for 1 hour than drink apple cider vinegar for 5 seconds. I was like, okay. I would rather code every day from morning to night than speak to customer. This is what they mean by
Yeah. Sound the same.
yeah. You can just sit in front of a computer
He work day and night.
he will just sing into the
But when
computer.
he have a customer, he like, oh, I don't want to talk to her. Can you just talk to her? And then they will go to the like,
Can you can you
yeah,
then
yeah,
Caesar's paper.
yeah. Because when we in the Zoom, right, when we're talking with clients, we just talking with Linda, and every time in the Zoom, right, Linda he talk to him, but he talk to me, so I can talk.
And what's interesting is that because you're introvert, right? Then you train yourself to become
Yes.
okay.
So of course I understand.
Yes, but her core leaders all the same as her. Nobody likes talking to customer. Nobody likes they like talk among themselves only.
Yes.
And then every time they look at me like, oh Denise, you can talk so much. Everybody
But you see, people who can do work, right? They very little word,
yes.
but they can do so excellent.
Yes, but nobody can see you.
Yeah.
Nobody knows.
Yeah, correct.
Because they don't market themselves.
That's a tough thing of people.
It's
who
okay. I will help them market.
Yeah. That's where teamwork and appreciate come from.
That's why you work together as a team.
Yeah. That's why I never say, like, she always asks me what is she good at, right? I say, hey, you don't think your skill is normal, eh?
I think it's normal.
I force my whole team to speak. Nobody speak. I have to be the one who speak. Can you imagine how tiring was that? It's so tiring,
and you
know.
love it, right? You
I-
love it.
I
You so love it.
love it.
Yeah, she loves it.
The only time that I still remember, sometime I lost my voice, right? Then I say, can you guys talk? And they say, it's okay. If you lost your voice, then you just rest for a few months. Then we don't training.
They would rather
Or
no
they open
training.
the old video for the team to train.
Yeah,
That's what they try to say. We can use old video. It's okay.
Basically, they just don't want to.
Nobody want to do it. Nobody want to train.
Nobody wants to do the talking.
Nobody want to do the talking, the
But
nagging,
they have no
the
choice.
training.
You no choice. Okay, you no choice. The three of them, I can tell. None of them like it. Nobody. Everybody's like, no.
Lucky
no.
Hui a little bit better. Hui like willing
She's
to do it.
Sagittarius after all.
Yeah. I can't.
We are social creatures.
My next person that I need to train to take over, which is that. I hope she'll take over a lot of things in Singapore for me.
Do you trust her enough?
I think talking okay.
Talking
I think
is fine. Talking is
She
fine.
can. No, the rest of finance I can do.
I
don't
mean
need,
like the actual work.
correct. I will do all the work.
You mean your team will do?
We will do all the work. Just
Somebody
you know
in front.
someone who networking or talking or all this, please take over.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, I think that's what her next task is.
Yeah, correct. I will hand it over to her.
Yeah, take over. Take over that so your mother can at home and just sit down and cooking and enjoy her TV of the nerd and learning
do work.
and yeah. I mean, you see, I'm so enjoying this that she get annoyed, and sometimes she told me, "Mommy, you're not bored, ah? You're not going out. You just work from home. You just do your computer working, exercise at home, cooking at home." And for her,
Watch YouTube videos at home.
For her it's bored, and for me it's like
bored. It's bored.
no, go out is so tired.
No, go out is better. I have this conversation with Wen Kai. Wen Kai also he likes to go out, but his frequency is like very little. Maybe he go out once every few months is enough.
Yeah.
No, I at least once a week.
For me, it's like few months once is already.
If
burn
I
my
don't,
energy.
if I don't go out once a week, I will become grumpy.
You should go more. Then you should go like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
No, that one is too much for me. I now need to balance.
Okay.
Yeah.
5, 3.
If to be frank, if let's say finance everything okay, I can go out 3 to 5 nights a week.
Okay,
It's not a
that's
problem.
Good. Okay.
Yeah.
So you see, you're very obvious one person.
And I love it. The moment I go on stage, I'm like, wow, hello, Randy. Oh my god, so exciting. And then after that, when I go back, I feel tired. I need to rest. But tired is from the mental and the physical tired.
Yeah.
It's not the heart tired.
Yeah.
The heart is full of energy. Okay, so so if let's say you don't need to wait for your passion, you just do something that brings you joy and gives you energy inside. It feels like play to you. Even you already say, oh, so difficult.
I have this question for you
much.
before we going to end this because I never asked. So can you do a translation if you're going to have to deal with
Chinese English?
Chinese and English?
Oh, but business Chinese I not that good, but good enough to get my point across. But people, if let's say I speak to a Chinese or Chinese from China, they will probably think my Chinese is very poor. But conversational one is okay. Yeah. But if you want to do like like business Vietnam and conversation Vietnamese is different, right?
Yes.
Yes, so it's similar. So business English and conversational English is also every language is the same. So Chinese business level is here, I conversational. But I can understand. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's okay, they can laugh at me so long as they understand what I want to say. It's fine. I don't care if you laugh at me.
Yep, and that's it. Don't wait for your passion to save you. Save your own self.
Yeah, save your own self and go out and happen to things. That's what I feel like. May your passion be with you.
Yep. I am Amanda Spike.
And I'm Denise the Nice. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe.
That's the conclusion of today.
How
Don't
to
forget to
study-
like, share, and subscribe.
You are?
I am Amanda Spice.
And the stubborn one. I am Denise the Nice. We will see you guys in the next episode. Bye.